This one was a long time coming. Harry Potter's Hogwarts Legacy. Brought to us by the legendary Warner Brothers Games. Another green grass and brown mud open world adventure. Amidst all the speculation about early sales, it wound up being the not only most sold game of 2023, I think, or 2022, it was the most completed game in the same year. So, could probably argued as the most popular game of that time. And I'm going to find out why. I remember everybody was playing it and streaming it when it came out. They really put the pedal to the metal on that marketing budget, and it paid off. I don't really think I'm going to get too crazy with the custom. He kind of looks cool the way that he is. Like, we just jump right in. I'm looking at some of these other guys. These other blonde nerds. It's fine. Might just go with default, you know? It doesn't have to be too particular. I remember when I chose my crew in that Quidditch game. I had like the perfect crew. So who'd I pick first? What do you think? Black or blonde? Let's do the blonde guy. Let's do the blonde guy. Aryan race. No, wait a minute. He's fine. I don't really feel like customizing. I kind of want to jump right in. He's fine. Fine. What is he? Eye color? Fine. What do you mean tone?
A few cobwebs and some dust.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I think he's a type 1.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
I think he's a type 1. Name your character. Dormitory Witch or Wizard. Name your character. Can I get a default? How about, Nah, that's kind of dumb. What do you think his name should be? I wish they did an auto-select like in Diablo 4. Let's do... Most crucial choice. You want a real name? He's not me. That's the thing. In these custom games, I'm not making myself. I'm making a new character. So what's his background, his lore gonna be? He got a bad haircut and now he's streaming with bedhead. Is that the lore? All right. What's his name gonna be? He seems like a Charles. Doesn't he look like a Charles? Or a Peabody Theodore? He's gonna be, that's his name. He's gonna be, whoa. I'm moving the text box around. That's not a funny name. There we go. Alright, Xerxes Pinnacle. There he is. Start the journey. Start the journey. Let's see what house they put me in.
It appears we are almost ready to depart.
Thanks for ruining it with subtitles on the screen. Couldn't adjust nothing.
I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
So they gave me a letter to say, practice your spellcasting before I come to school, even though it's not allowed.
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this.
Just get the letter in
I
the
miscalculated slightly on my first try.
get the letter in the hall and meet me in Canehurst.
West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea. As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Not at all.
Ages since I'd been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
They're throwing in a lot of references already. As I was saying, I'm not really the biggest Harry Potter lore expert, but I mean, you could call me a fan. I was around when the books were age-appropriate to read. I think I read the first and the second, but I couldn't tell you anything about either of them. And then maybe I've seen like an hour of the first movie. But I mean, I'm a fan, why not, right? I'm an intelligence build. Warner Brothers games. Not getting Wonder Woman, so it's gonna have to be this. I was actually playing Suicide Squad yesterday. That's kind of what's funny. And when this game first came out, they announced it was Avalanche, and I was getting hyped because there's a studio, Avalanche Games, that makes Just Cause, but it's not them. I was like, damn, that might be pretty tight, but so we'll see how it goes. I remember really wanting to play this when it came out. I think I had a PS5 at that time. I just didn't have this game.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the Ministry.
I got a lot to say about cutscenes. I was thinking about this yesterday when I was watching, man, Freudian slip, when I was watching Suicide Squad rather than playing it.
Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Oh, the newspaper moves.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry,
I mean, we're in a floating
he is a
caravan. What else is new?
significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities
Eleazar.
months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this.
I'm tempted to kind of
It was
skip.
the
It's
last
like
thing
not a.
she sent me.
I got a lot of things to
It
say.
came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume.
I think
But
it's
she had to
made
get
for
rid of it
like Harry
quickly
Potter lore fans
to keep it
who,
safe.
who know like the
Presumably
deal.
from Ranrock.
They
I
can't really
cannot
by now
own it.
treat you like you've never
Whatever
heard of Harry
magic
Potter and you
protects
don't know.
this is
You're supposed to go to the
powerful
school. You're supposed to
It
get
looks like
sorted. You
goblin
know all the
metal.
little rules with
That
this,
symbol.
What's that?
who can and cannot be named. Like
I don't see a glow.
what an owl
No,
is, what a partridge in a pear tree is. You're supposed to know all this stuff already. So it's like it would be silly introducing the concepts to you. You're supposed to just go right in and like.
Merlin's beard. How did you?
Wait! We do.
Whoa! Damn, his friends got fucked up. Well, there's a lot of them. Wait a minute, so is the driver, his driver's got those bad things in a carriage, too. What? Need that key.
The key! Give me your hand!
It's opening up pretty intense.
Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Down to heal.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor?
Typical dragon?
Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Really wanted to
Port
stand up
key.
really quick.
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this portkey. Or why.
Ooh, or why? Alright, I'm moving. Alright, L1. Let me see what other graphic options we can have. What do you think? What do you think? There's not really much else underneath here. Kind of adjust it for now. What about my pause menu? What about my pause menu? Ordinarily, I would do a lot of this stuff ahead of time, but they didn't really give me that option. Like, look at this. Drag it up just like here. It's kind of big. It's kind of big, right? Big soundscape. Display subtitles, no. Mute all, no. Difficulty normal. What about all this stuff? That should be good. Big controls. Accessibility. They gave me that menu. Alright, good enough. Good enough, I guess. Good enough for now, I guess. Let's do a button check. I probably won't have a lot of the controls ahead of time. He readies his wand with R2. Alright. He readies his wand. I might have to move the camera also. Let's see. Let's see this. Think about there. It's kind of in a weird feng shui. It's kind of also still loud. Pretty good, pretty good.
How far did that portkey take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
portkey was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that portkey to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be.
Let's crank it up a little bit. Just a little bit. The dialogue's low. That's what I don't like.
Mind your
Wow,
step.
I'm running now. That's kind of loud. See, I knew. I had it right the first time. My bad, my bad. Like I said, normally I fucking adjust this shit ahead of time, but these game devs, they really like giving you a... They don't like giving you a menu before the beginning.
Where do you suppose your wife got the portkey that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Alright, we got a roll. Alright, so far, 2 button presses unlocked. Oh, up. Press up to hold, Press and hold up to find your way around, R2 to ready your wand, and then circle to roll. It could be louder still. It's one of those weird things like the ambient noise could be louder, but the dialogue's gotta also be louder. Yeah, we'll put it louder.
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am certain it was to do with that search.
Auto climb.
Ah, there's the path down below.
Ah, X
This
jump
way.
too. Alright, so you got 3 buttons. Jump, climb, and roll.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
So what's the lore behind this guy? Is he like a known
It's
professor?
not cold enough here.
Or he's just new?
It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center.
Let me see this. It's bugging me. But I think it's gonna be too loud. I think it's fine. I think it's fine, but just to indulge my just to indulge. Press R2. Oh, tap R2. Gotcha. From behind the back.
Excellent.
Use your camera to select an active target. Some players can select targets and move the avatar with the same stick. Okay. Press and hold, another favorite mechanic of mine.
That was a bit rougher than I'd expected.
So he'll shoot the...
It's improving with every cast.
Thank you, sir.
Your wand work. Now I'm yelling over it. This is like... Eternal challenge of the spotless mind. It's still off, I can tell.
Ah, up there.
What do you think? I don't want to yell over it, but maybe we'll just do it to 85. Doesn't matter. Like I said, you gotta test all this stuff ahead of time.
We're close now. It's just ahead. Steady yourself. Reparo! Almost there.
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they value their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
No place. Minimap shows your surroundings with up in the middle. Press and hold up to look at quest objectives. I know that already. I know that already. It's fucking too loud. It's like, you can't hear the dialogue, but the sound effects are fucking booming. Holy shit.
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
God damn. Is this always like a Warner Brothers problem? Yes, it is, because remember... I'm yelling. It is, because remember Mortal Kombat? Fucking goddamn it. Remember Mortal Kombat? It is a fucking Warner Brothers problem. It is a Warner Brothers problem. They don't know how to mix. They don't know how to mix. What do you want to do? So I'm not yelling. What do we investigate next?
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
Is this like a known Harry Potter location?
That enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking? What's this? Professor Fig!
Blast that shit. How do I explore? Oh, he's coming up behind me.
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
The classic student becomes the teacher.
What in Merlin's name? Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Hello?
Snoring. Hey, look at that dude.
It can't be. Just a moment. Ooh. Where are we here?
Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank.
Gringotts, do you know
Vault
them?
number 12, I presume.
Precisely.
This is almost like a side quest to the
The
to the
key?
in the Harry Potter world. I guess
The
that's
West
true.
Portkey.
It's kind of like when all
Yes,
those
of course.
like the Star Wars written novels.
This way, then.
It kind of reminds me of God of War Ragnarok, where the cutscenes are, I guess the cutscenes are showing what's happening rather than like really telling me who the characters are or introducing them to me. I was thinking about that when I was playing Suicide
After
Squad.
you.
Like recently, I've been playing all these story games, and I streamed House of Ashes.
Keep your hands inside the cart
And,
if you don't wish to lose them.
I was saying how, and Rise of the Ronin, and I was saying how video games are sort of a bad shell to use to house a story, because there are a lot of people who won't get to experience it
How many
because
vaults are there in Gringotts?
they're not
Hundreds.
they're not going to play the
In
game.
fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just
So then,
beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Then I was playing
Private
Suicide
entrances
Squad,
to the
and
bank
a lot of the
common at
cutscenes are like
They are most uncommon.
setting up the
Only one
mission
with great
objective,
wealth or power, or both, could have
with like
arranged
that
such a
headmistress
service.
telling you what you're going to do on the mission. And I thought, this isn't really advancing the
You want to
story.
take a breath?
Like,
A what?
so it's this split between whether a cutscene is supposed to
experience the thief's downfall
like
before,
show
have
things
you?
to a player, like
Heard of it?
character interaction
These
or
are
a
the
change of
number
setting or
vaults we're
time
passing now.
that the developer doesn't want the player to have to
Vault
take
number
control
12
of and to
was
do
commissioned
correctly.
Shortly after Gringotts was founded over
It's
4
almost like
centuries
it's
ago.
for when you
It
weren't
resides in the
supposed to
deepest
play.
part of the bank. Settle in.
But when you
We've
use a
quite
cutscene
distance
to
go.
not further the story, not further the plot, not develop an understanding of character relations with one another, it's just sort of elongating the experience, and it's taking time away from playing. And in Suicide Squad, I thought, like, these
Vault
cutscenes aren't really
12.
telling me about the characters or
Momentous
telling me about the
day.
larger plot with who, I don't know, Green Lantern and the aliens or whatever. It's just like,
On your
you need to
way.
go protect Poison Ivy from the invading squad. It's like, okay, well, why did you tell me that in a cutscene? when you could have told me that in a radio call or the plot marker waypoint, you know what I mean? So like, I'm thinking like this too. It's a created character with an off-brand professor, and they're like,
the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
you're a fifth-year student.
The glow you saw on the
Oh,
portrait
Jezebel,
container.
I didn't expect to see you here. My wife got this key. Oh no, a dragon. It's like,
Yeah, what was that?
plot event, plot event, plot event, plot event. I'm like, who are these people yet? I don't care about these people yet. And I don't know what this place is or where, like, they kind of should have introduced Harry Potter. Like, you're a wizard going to school. What is that? You get chosen. What is that? You get to learn how to be a wizard. What is that? They assume you already know, the player, you already know.
Here we are.
And now you're just going along. So some of these video game stories, they think like, I don't know if the player wants to wait, so we're just gonna sweep them along.
When was the last
And
time
it's a
this
little
vault
bit,
was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at
It's like
my
the
desk
story
for
feels a little bit
hundreds
hurried
of years.
because there's almost no story.
In that time,
And that's what I'm saying, when they're
going
gonna
to
use
Vault
cutscenes.
12 until today.
When they're gonna use cutscenes to like give you a mission objective or something. Even that just takes more time. Kind of like this diatribe, and I still don't think that the audio is correct. What do you think about that? Is it not even watching? So I like it there. At 70, a nice 70. That's where I like it. And then you go, will it always be louder? And you start yelling, right? Look at this. Look at this. See, this is how you mix. See, that's too low. Has to bring up to my voice. Even 65, I don't like the odds. So I just like 70. It's nice, nice and pleasant. No yelling. But then I can't hear nothing. Let me do this too, also. Oh, never mind.
Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
Doesn't this have a copper tone to it? It's very bright. Search the chest. So what do we got? We got X to jump, circle to roll, R2 to shoot, and then square is search, plus the up button. And click L3 to run. And then off
What do
kilter
you
camera.
suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait.
Best of luck.
Professor?
Best of luck.
That was certainly unexpected.
Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 2.
There must be something here. Revelio, perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Right, steady your wand with L and guide it along the symbol's path to learn the spell. Press the corresponding input when prompted to accelerate the wand's motion along the path. So I'm holding R2 and then I'm doing it. What? Steady your wand with L and guide it. Oh. I'm using L, not R. I'm using L, not R. Okay. Cast Revelio.
Revelio.
Left. But then now I just
I
press
saw something.
the left button. I don't
Move
have
a
to
bit
aim it.
closer and try again.
Move it closer and try again. L.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again.
Port
I
key.
don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way.
Square to investigate. It's so weird when you have to get like right up on the door.
Lumos.
Right up on the door. Or the prompt won't show
This
up.
is no ordinary vault.
No
I
ordinary.
suspect we will need to
This
earn
game's
our way
tight.
out of
I like
here.
it.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say.
I hate to be so prickly about the
Stay
audio,
close.
but listen,
There
in
will be
another
no
life I was a
disapparating
musician.
if things go poorly.
And I can
Not
feel it,
out
you
of
know,
Gringotts.
itching and scratching in my fucking eardrum at 75 and above. And booming like thunder in an overly bass-tuned skull candy. And it's making me upset, so it's, in order to just be subtle and not yell, and not get too excited, I'm going to put it, it's a nice even 70. And you're going to deal with it on your desktop speakers.
I see something up ahead.
I like it so, and I want to
What is
fall in, right? As I said,
That
I was
globe.
very excited about this
On
game.
the
I'm
floor.
pro Harry Potter. I'm an ally. And you know, I want to enjoy the game, and I want to fall into the fun like everybody else had when it launched.
What happened?
Simultaneously most played and
When
most
I
sold
moved
and
towards
completed
the
game
globe,
of the
It
year.
suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
So I want to enjoy myself.
Are you all right?
You know, kind of reminds
Yes,
me that
sir, I'm fine.
either Kingdom Hearts or Mickey something.
You seem to have caused the floor to
You see,
change.
Sora sees the mirrors and
That statue.
chooses the level.
What statue?
Cause the floor to change.
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor.
You know what's so interesting too, though? Like the crackly little crystal design and the sound effect in my
There
ear.
must be
It is
something
very
to that
Elden Ring,
reflection
right?
you're seeing.
Like the ambient misty noise by a side of grace, and they came out basically exactly the same time. So if they're using the, I don't think this is using Unreal though.
Try casting Revelio, perhaps.
Is it? Maybe Portkey used their own
Revelio.
proprietary
I
engine.
presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait, when you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Oh shit! Thanks for telling me.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
What's Lumos? All right, blast that shit. Now I know Lumos. But instead of having to cast it, you've acquired Wind Lighting Charm, Wand Lighting, Lumos, which has been automatically slotted. Hold R2 and tap triangle to cast or extinguish Lumos.
Lumos.
Well done.
Lumos.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Towards me. So, discover the statue's secret. Maybe I have to stand near it and make him walk. Oh, do I have to fight?
Look out!
Oh,
Protego.
Protego. Wait, so Triangle's Lumos and Protego?
Defecto. Levioso. Deposo. Levioso.
Use Protego against enemies. Against incoming enemy attacks. And then I'll just shoot him with my laser blast in the meantime. So I can pretty much close my eyes and, just press and hold R2. Man, he did 8,000 damage? And who did the Star Wars games? Did EA? Gotcha. EA. Oh man, I thought I rolled ahead of time and then I was still in the way. Press and hold. Press and hold. Use Protego. Exposo. So we're really blasting. Wait, I'm supposed to do it 3 times. Oh shit. Wait a minute. So, all right. My spider senses with orange crown on my head. Use Protego, which you could just roll. Do I have mana? Do I have mana? I gotta use it 3 times. It's a tutorial. And now tap R2 to destroy the basic cast. Yeah, why wouldn't you just roll? Why waste Why waste your mana? And then I hit what to heal? I hit down to heal, okay. Down the heal. Alright, we're learning. Down the heal. Left for Luminoso. Triangle for Protego.
Professor!
Protego, Protado.
Professor Fig! Professor, where are you?
No,
This
use
isn't good.
use
Where am I
this.
supposed to go?
No, wait a minute.
Revelio.
Revelio. No, wait a minute. Lumos.
What's
What about
happening?
Lumos?
The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere.
What about Lumos? Hold R2 and press triangle to tab or extinguish Lumos. But I thought it was Protego. So it changes whether I'm in or out of combat, maybe? We'll see, we'll see. Whether or not I'm in or out of combat. Alright.
That's where they're leading me. That glow again.
Glow again.
Revelio.
Revelio.
I suppose I'm on my own this time.
So he's good. These are the exact same sound effects from Elden Ring. You know that, right?
I need to align these statues with their reflections.
What do you mean with their reflections? What do you mean with their reflections? I did. With their reflections, I did. I did. I did, it's perfect. I did, how's that not perfect? How's that not perfect? Align with their reflections, how's that not perfect?
Perhaps I need to get them all to stand at once.
Get them all to stand at once. Get them all to stand at once. Get them all to stand.
It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here.
Protego. Hit the guy who's closest to you. I mean, for real. There we go, Protego. Hold triangle during Protego to stun enemies with Stupefy counterattack. Okay.
Stupefy.
Stupefy. Wasn't that a song?
Stupefy.
And he doesn't even hit the one that, Stupefy me, dude.
Stupefy.
Stupefy. And then press R2 to destroy.
Protego.
So I can just stand still and then Stupefy. And then R2.
Stupefy.
And then Stupefy him. And then Protego. And then Stupefy. He doesn't Stupefy the guy who he just blocked.
Stupefy.
He just stupefies the guy who's already stupid.
Protego. Stupefy.
Stupefy. And I can just look at myself instead of any of the enemies and wait for the orange crown. Let's see. You don't even have to, you don't even have to do anything. You stand still.
Lumos.
Lumos. Click L3 to sprint. We're running pretty fast. I mean, he feels smooth to move around. Press square to investigate. Lumos. When am I gonna choose my school? Square to investigate. This game's got good graphics. I kind of wanted to wait until I could buy it on PS4 Pro, but I don't know that I'll ever get one. It's like, at that point, you might as well just buy it on PC. You can keep your library. Like, how long did it keep a PS5?
There you are. How did you...
You think they'll incorporate Steam
What
Library on
is this
PlayStation? They
place?
should.
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder...
I like how this guy knows what everything
Follow my
is
lead.
already. He's like, I have no idea where we are. Oh, but you found a little jar of Vaseline. Here, do this. Ew, he poured it in there and shoved his face in there. It's like putting your whole mouth in the dip. They're watching.
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for
I
one
wonder
who
if,
cannot
like,
see traces of ancient magic as I can.
maybe in
Your ability to see what others cannot will
you can't just say
not be
old
enough,
times, like
Percival.
medieval times, whatever. They had
We
people
are
who were
entrusting the
designated
one who
as
embarks on this
magicians,
path with powerful secrets, with
and
knowledge
like,
others will
but
do
even the magician
anything to
knew
obtain.
he didn't really do anything. So
But
it's
if
like,
we are correct,
all right,
Charles,
you're the
The
blacksmith,
witch or wizard
you're
who
the
completes
jester,
trials will have proven themselves
you're the
worthy of
guard,
that knowledge.
you're the magician.
And
And he's like, oh,
responsibility
okay, they're like,
accompanies it.
we need you to turn this water into wine,
We've done all that we can.
or it's off with your head. And he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, I can give you water into wine, but you gotta drink this wine first. And they just get hammered.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir...
Admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to any of this lore because it's like unofficial.
I was.
So, but they're not explaining like, who am I supposed to think of the? What am I supposed to, so we're supposed to think about the gnomes, right? Ahead of time, right? Check your bias about gnomes.
No one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
What if I found your mother's spread eagle, huh? You want me to give you that?
Sir, they had the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12
This
were
nail's
quite
gross.
clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have...
It's like Diablo.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
There were a lot of like dark theme releases
Perhaps
coming
your
into
young
22 and
friend
23.
here will be more helpful.
Diablo, Silent Hill, Resident Evil Remake. I wonder if games are gonna kind of get like brighter, like Monster Hunter Wilds and Dragon Age, kind of like brighter themed AAA titles. Even Marathon looks pretty bright. In terms of both theme and color. This seems kind of generic so far, but it could be built like a really good game. So I want to. This is the situation I was telling you about, where it's sort of like none of these cutscenes are really furthering the story about my character and my motivation. Why am I doing... Who am I and why am I doing this, right? Who am I? Why am I here? Where are we going? Instead, this is just like this all could be gameplay. This all could be gameplay. I don't need to be watching this. So the plots, the cutscenes in games, it's so weird. Like, if the purpose of the game is the story,
Fine, sir.
I've never
that's
seen
my
so
motive
powerful a
for
goblin.
as a player
He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
to like go on that adventure, right? Like Uncharted, right?
are
I'm
we?
playing that for the story, and it happens to be a great third-person shooter.
It can't be.
In this game, it's like I kind of
It's
want to play a Harry
involved
Potter
in
game,
set
but
up
I don't know
the
what that
pencils,
is.
the
Well, it's a Warner
logic,
Brothers open world
and
game. You know
the
what that
path
is.
to both.
Pretty casual, right?
Wanted someone with your ability to end up here.
So then it's like, well,
We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
what's the plot? What's the plot of the game, and who are my characters, and what are we doing? And it's like, rather than letting me walk through, a third of the time spent in audio options, and then walking on a cliff, that was cool, and then now again more cutscene where it's like, I guess it was a button tutorial, dude. I don't need a tutorial. This is what I need. This is what I need. Sweep me away and make me feel like I'm going to Hogwarts, you know? This is what I need. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Quirky games. What was that sequence that I just played? I guess a tutorial. But it's like move around and press R2. What tutorial do I fucking need? Are you kidding me? My guy getting crushed out of the sky. That was exciting. So see, critical things happen in the cutscene that the developers don't want me to take control over. That's okay. The dragon hits my carriage and I lose the key. Okay,
good.
that's a big plot
We missed
event,
the sorting
right?
ceremony.
That's critical.
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's
Who is
happened
George
this
and what is
evening
Ranrock? This is
between
what I'm
you
talking about.
and me.
Of course, sir.
Just drop these little context
Ready for the sorting
clues
ceremony?
that I don't really know about because I'm not a Harry Potter expert. Who am I? But yeah, these long cutscenes that interject the game sequences, and they don't further the story.
Prepare
That's what I'm
yourself
talking
to
about.
meet
Where it's like,
the
and this is a lot of length. It's a lot of length, unnecessary length to add, and unnecessary
Nice of you
cost
to
to have to
join us.
motion capture and write all this stuff. And it's not adding to advancing the story and making things happen that I don't need to
It seems the
control,
goblin
and-
promise-
and deepening my understanding
Sometimes
of the
I'll do
characters'
mistake,
relationships
and I'm
with
better
one
be losing
another
whatever patience
and their
I have
motives to go
left.
on their mission. And that motivates me, the player, to want to go on this mission.
We
I'm
might
still
be
waiting
able to
for
get you
stuff to
sorted
happen in this
this
game.
evening.
I'll be in touch.
Almost would be better as like an you know, that game Outward or even the Elder Scrolls games where they tell you nothing and give you nothing. That winds up being like that challenge of exploring for yourself winds up making it a better game than being so streamlined. And Warner Brothers is the king of streamlining.
To be sorted.
Lord of the Rings, and Batman. But
You're just
I was
in
thinking about
time.
that playing
Have a
Suicide Squad also. The Batman games are great. They're great story games, and they make you feel like Batman. So the gameplay is, you know, same Bat gameplay, same Bat channel, but also.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others.
It gives you a hint that
You come here.
it gives you a unique plot.
And preconceptions.
You know, Poison Ivy and all.
Certain expectations.
What is this? I can't wait to start classes. I can't wait to explore. Explore what? Yeah, I want to be a wizard.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well. I wonder...
And it'd be funny to compare this to the Lego Harry Potter games I played.
In you.
Again, but just long cutscenes.
Of, what is
Patience,
it?
a sense of impatience. Daring? Loyalty? Ambition? Yes.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
You think? The sorting ceremony, the hat will take the choice into account when sorting you into a house. Slytherin. Slytherin house known for cunning, ambition, and a hunger for power. What about a different? We'll take your choice into account. Gryffindor. Gryffindor house known for daring, bravery, and chivalry. Hufflepuff. Patience, loyalty, and hard work. Ravenclaw. Intelligence, creativity, and wit. I thought it was going to put me here, but what do you think? Cunning and power? Here's the interesting thing about this plot. Like I said, I don't know anything about Harry Potter. And in 2 questions, it asked me 2 questions. It put me in Slytherin. It'd be interesting to let the game write the plot for this character, right? He's got the best intentions in the whole world ahead of him, but just like Anakin, he gets pulled to the dark side. And he tries to resist, but it's too overwhelming, right? Great power corrupts. Maybe we'll just do that. Maybe we'll just do that.
A growing sense of ambition.
The house said 2 questions he knows.
Power.
Sure, what do I care? The plot thickens.
You belong in Slytherin!
So it is written, so shall be done. And if they were all bad guys, they never would have, damn, these are my female, Hogwarts? Alright, I knew I was gonna like this house. Co-ed.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the
Cats
unfortunate
disappear on
injury
that road, you know what I'm
in
saying?
last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
Good, that game stinks. You're on your way to victory, and then the AI magically finds the quip or whatever, gets 5 points twice in one game. What bullshit.
Don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Yeah, let's eat.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind
I
as
don't
to
think
show our new
that's...
student to their
I was just thinking,
I shall see to it, sir.
It's amazing that so many games and stories make such a big deal out of school.
I'm Professor Weasley.
Because there's like...
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As deputy headmistress,
so much
it is my
time
distinct honor to show you to
in our
your
lives is
common
spent in school. They make it into
this
be
way.
this really big thing. And I thought, okay, well, imagine I were here and I wanted to be in this school, right? People have fond memories of high school, but it's usually about
It's quite
socializing.
uncommon for a student
And
to
the people
begin as a
who
fifth year.
have fond
It may
memories
be a
about
bit of a challenge,
academia usually
but
went to
one I'm
higher
sure
education
you're
like
up for.
college. And I always
I
talk
can be
about
quite resourceful.
games
I
that
suspected as
emphasize like
This is the entrance to the Slytherin Common
they
Room.
emphasize the
In
military.
order to enter, one must simply speak
So they
the
had this
correct
ceremony. I thought,
password.
oh, you know, that this place looks like a cool place. I'd like to go there. This school, I'd like to go there. Okay.
Very
and I
well.
thought, okay, well, let's ask why would I want to be in this school? And I thought it's
Aspiration.
not because it's a place where I could go to learn great things. It's a place where everything is put in order and I
Well
can
done.
fit myself into a structure.
Now, go on in
That's
and get
actually
some
what I
sleep.
would like.
You have a big day
The
ahead of you
like
tomorrow.
the
shall be back in the
environment,
morning to collect you for your
the
first
camaraderie and the people around me.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
Maybe
You're
even a
welcome.
mission to do,
I hope
but
you
the
enjoy your
the
first
order
night at
and
Hogwarts.
structure is what I could
Sleep
appreciate
well.
about it, not the fucking learning. So it's almost like school fails to like offer what it's supposed to. It's supposed to offer education, and really it's just offering structure. I think maybe that's a little bit of a misnomer.
Looks like everyone's gone.
It's
Better
like
head to the
everyone's
common room.
gone.